Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's been listening to the show throughout the duration. We appreciate our sister Charlene Brown joining us in the last segment, and she's a dynamic sister, and we're definitely glad to have had her join us on the show. Look forward to having her in the future as we continue to build our relationship with her. She obviously, as she mentioned, is from St. Louis and lives in Texas now, so we appreciate those folks in St. Louis and in Texas that were listening to the show tonight. We got a lot of love for y'all, and we appreciate your participation listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you to those folks that hit us up on the website, www.legacyinternetradio.com. Thank you to those folks that hit us up on TuneIn, Streamer. A special thank you to those folks that are listening to the replays right now on YouTube as well as on iTunes. It's because y'all rock with us. That's why we roll with y'all. At this time of the show, actually also before I do that, I want to give out the phone number because this next segment, we know that y'all going to want to get in on us. So 804-402-2893, 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be a part of the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. So at this time, I want to get the crew that we have in studio in, make sure that we know who is going to be kicking it with us tonight, so you'll understand the dialogue that we have. And you hear this brother every week. He's our photographer. He's our anchor. I mean, I can't say more nice things about this brother. He's heard it all, but I'm sure he'd love to hear some more. He's my brother. He's Mr. 3375. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man? How you feeling today?
Man, I could be worse. I'm living. You know, my feet hit the ground when I rolled out of the bed, so I'm good. I'm all right.
That's good. That's good.
How about you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Finally getting over this cold.
You had the cooties, man?
Had the cooties, man.
It's not a good look, man. I'm just glad that when I dapped you up, you was getting over them cooties.
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right,
definitely good now.
I can appreciate it, man. It's good to see you, man. Of course, she joins us every opportunity she can. It's been monthly, and this is the monthly moment that we have our sister joining us here in studio. She is our sister. She is our clairvoyant medium. She is Shayna Latia. What's up, girl?
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You doing all right?
I'm always a little nervous. Even it's been a while, I'm still nervous.
Nah, it's all good, man. I've been doing radio for over 4 years, and every single time I do it, I'm nervous. People think that I be tripping when I say that, but it's the truth. I be nervous, so it's cool. You're amongst family, so you ain't got to be nervous. So how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic today. Today was a good day, you know, although Mercury is in retrograde.
Yeah, we're gonna
talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that. Hold on to it.
Hold on for it, people.
Hold on to it. Mercury being in retrograde. Absolutely. And I remember, to be honest with you, man, in 41 years of life, I ain't never heard that phrase until about 2 weeks ago.
What?
About 2 weeks ago was the first time I heard it, and then I did a little homework about it. And I was like, and so, of course, I knew that you knew, so I reached out to you. We talked a little bit, and you said, how'd I get?
That's so crazy, because before you even started to even think about that,
right?
That's what I was thinking about.
See, there you go. There you go. And so we have someone in the room with us.
Very special.
That's very special. She's a friend of yours, which makes her a friend of mine and a friend of ours. And so I'm going to shut up and let you introduce her.
Okay, this is my very special friend. She is an amazing spiritualist. She is an astrologer, and I'm so grateful that she came to give us some insight today. So welcoming Bassett, how are you?
I'm doing divine. Thank you so much for having me on, you guys.
Well,
thank you.
We are definitely, yes, absolutely. Definitely glad to see you sitting over there. Welcome to Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J on Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate it. You amongst family. Yeah. You know, when you walked in the door, Mr. 3375 said, give me a hug. I'm a hugger. We hug here. That's what he said to you. I heard him when he said it. And you know what I mean? So that's how we roll here. So we appreciate your presence, and glad to have you. 804-402-2893. 2893 is the number to dial if you want to get on live with our sister Bias, and if you want to get on live with our sister Shayna, here now's the time. I just opened up the phone lines, 804-402-2893. We've got an agenda we're going to try to keep with, but if the phone rings, we're going to answer it. Shayna, we talked before about the senses, and I've asked you many times, like, how you do what it is you do and all that kind of stuff. And you had told me that there are senses.
Absolutely.
Similar to the sense of touch, the sense of smell, and the sense of hearing, and the sense of seeing and tasting, all senses. But the clairvoyant senses may or may not be similar to those. So I'm not going to take any more time. I want you to jump in here.
Okay, well, these are spiritual senses. These are energy senses. Just as we're all humans, we all have our 5 senses of touch, smell, hearing. There are 5 spiritual senses that everyone out here possesses. The first one I'm going to talk about is clairvoyance, and that's the sense that I do recollect with the most out of everything. Clairvoyance is actually clear seeing. You can say, for instance, if you close your eyes and in your imagination, you see 3 red balloons and 1 purple, 1 blue, green, whatever. You can actually start to see them in your mind's eye. And that's how I've always had that sense. I've always known I've had that. It's an amazing gift.
Shout out to our brother Said, who's listening. What up, bruh? Has Steppin with Marcus J. So let's talk about them individually. Let's start going through them. What's the first one you want to share with us?
The first one I just did, clairvoyant.
The second one, I'm sorry.
The second one would be clairaudient. And I personally still developing this particular sense, but I've run into it a few times, and it does scare me quite a bit. Have you ever experienced clairsentient?
I'm not sure. Can you explain what is
clairaudience. I went ahead of myself. Clairaudient is when you can actually hear spirits and entities from the other side saying actual words to you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It is a sense that you can develop. We all share these senses. We just have to really meditate and develop them as we go along in our spiritual journeys. The third one I want to talk about is clairsentient. And clairsentient is clear feeling or empathic ways. An example for that is you can walk into a room and it's like a zillion people in there, and you can feel every single person's emotions, what they're going through at that moment. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh yes, I'm experiencing it now.
Oh my goodness. There are a lot of meditations for that, and Marcus over here, who's actually trying to be real quiet, is a very strong empath, but he doesn't want to say much about it.
Huh? Oh, you told me about that, and I guess there's probably some truth to it. I like to be humble with it, so I don't want to make this about me. So I want to run through them all, and then kind of see if we get a little bit of dialogue. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to shout out. I guess we shouldn't say shout out because she's our co-host, but she just joined us. She just stepped in the building. Y'all know her as Big Sis. Her name is S.Y. Butler. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? Hello, y'all.
How you doing?
Look at all these
Hi, baby.
Yeah, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, you just
been a
came
long
in
Monday,
with
man.
like a whole burst of energy, man.
Yes, I love
I
that
did?
energy that just came
Yeah,
through the door.
man. That's-
You know what happens when you have on your tinted glasses,
Oh,
right?
good grief! Here we go.
You
with
know
that.
how it goes.
Yeah, I guess. Let's not do that. I don't want to do that.
Oh, go ahead, blush a little.
Nah. This chocolate skin don't blush like you want it to. So.
That's all right. As long as it blushes, it's blushing.
Yeah. So Shayna was taking us through the clairvoyant senses,
Okay.
and so we just finished with number 3, which was
Clairsentient.
clairsentience. Well,
That's being an empath. Clairsentience is when you feel everything, and we all possess all of these senses. We just aren't aware of them as we are as our humanly senses, as touch, see, smell,
right,
physically.
right.
So
what I want to do is I want to get the last 2 out, and then I want to kind of simplify the 5 of them so that we can kind of talk about how you may use them as a clairvoyant or how we as folks who aren't may experience them. Because you mentioned to me in the past and again today that you see me as an empath.
You're very empathic.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I
Oh,
trust
yes,
you if you
you
say.
are.
But if
You're
you
what
say
now?
empathic, being clear, sentient, as being feeling others' emotions and picking them up. He does that.
Yeah,
a lot.
I kind of agree with her.
You do
because
that a
you
lot.
do that to me.
oh, good.
Yeah, you can tell a lot.
It's not a
So-
bad thing. It's actually a
bad
good
thing.
thing. It's
Yeah.
actually a very good thing.
Sorry,
You just
Colin.
have to really be careful of the negative energy out there because you can take on that also.
Yes, you can.
So the next one I was getting to was clairvoyance, is being able to clearly smell things from the spirit world, as if you would smell like roses come right across my face, or something that's really quick. Some people, I know sometimes when I get to reading people and I'm talking to the spirits and I was like, what is those cookies baking in the kitchen? And it would be the spirit who passed away used to bake cookies all the time.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So it can get, yeah, no, I really have that one right there. That sense right there, I really pick up a lot. The last one is clairgustance, meaning clear tasting. Some people, when they meditate, they can actually taste things that people passed away used to make, cook, and it's just so much.
Wow.
Yeah, and we all possess all of those senses. And just as our physical senses, we have all of these spiritual senses that we possess and that we don't use every day.
Wow.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus
Imagine.
J. 804-402-2893. 804-402-2893. Now we got a general description for each of them. Let's go back to the first one. Let's break it down. Yes. Let's break it down a little bit more. One more kind of brief introduction to what it is. And then let's talk about how you may
as a
use
whole.
it or how it's used. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, the first one is clairvoyance that I am used to using all the time. As a child, I've always seen things before they happen. I've always known things before they happen, so that's like a part of my clairvoyance. I actually, if you want to get technical, how do I know these things? I actually close my eyes and I actually see all this on a movie script. It goes across my mind's eye that I view, and I just start talking. Where this information comes from, the higher source, I don't know, but it just comes.
Wow. So did that kind of frighten you in the beginning?
Not so much as the spirits. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The spirits really frighten me the most, but
Okay.
I'm good with that now. But that one, we all possess clairvoyance. Have you ever had like a gut feeling and it happened?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Or
what I
you
wanted to
knew
bring
it was
up. Yeah.
going to happen before it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
See, but how do you know the difference between that and, just maybe Oh, I figured that would happen, or you know.
It's all the same.
Oh my gosh.
It's all the
And then you
same.
wonder when to listen to it. Yeah.
Well, I think the average person would chalk that up to just a coincidence.
There are no coincidences in life.
Tell me why you say that.
Everything, to me, everything is ordained. Things have happened.
Yeah, everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. It's nothing ironic.
So no coincidences.
No.
Sounds like NCIS.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We got a caller calling in. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Nazia. I'm calling from New York City.
Hey, Nazia, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you for calling the show. You want to get in, have a comment, or talk to Shayna Abbas?
Yeah, I want to talk to Sheena.
Okay, she's here. She can hear you.
Hi, Sheena.
Hi, lovely lady. How are you? I'm so happy that you called.
I'm great. I'm great.
Okay. So tell me what's going on.
Oh man, I'm developing a lot with my abilities since we last spoke. Definitely, especially with my clairaudience, like you were just talking about.
Oh yes,
it's
I'm
like-
so, I'm very proud of you. This is a young girl. She's still developing her tarot, and she's still developing her clairvoyance.
okay.
She's actually a medium. She's a young student, and I talk to her on Instagram all the time. I'm just like, yeah, girl, go ahead and do that.
Yes.
But I never know the impact I have on people. I want you to know that you're a very good medium, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank
For
you. I'm
actually
still
stepping
working on
out
it,
there.
I had recently an experience that made me kind of shut out, and like how fear is, and kind of made me close up. But then I had to realize, I can't keep, letting that beat me down and close me up.
Oh, absolutely. In this spiritual work that we do, you really have to really be grounded and meditate a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. I watched your growth over the year that I've been inboxing you. You
Yes,
are
you helped me so much.
You are an amazing medium. What is your birthday?
August 31st, 1999.
Okay, I'm gonna let my friend give you some kind of insight on that, because she's an astrologer.
Oh.
You're right.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. I'm Divine. So you're born in the month of Virgo.
Yep.
All right. So I know a lot of Virgos, and one thing I would like to tell you, and I'm a Scorpio. I'm very
wow, my
intuitive.
best friend is a Scorpio.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we they actually said that we were twin signs at one point. Virgo and Scorpio were actually connected, but some kind of way the constellations grew apart. But as a Virgo, I would like to tell you that you should always trust yourself. Some things may seem unclear to you, but you should trust yourself and don't overthink.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. Virgos overthink everything, but it's not a problem to do that. Kind of look to your other opposites, which is Pisces, and kind of learn from that sign and put it all together.
Okay, that's some good advice. I was reading up on something with that about a month ago, and I didn't really look into it, but I think I'll do some more research on that.
One last thing I want to tell you before I hang up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to hang up with you, but I got a lot of callers coming through. Please make sure you pay attention to your 3 spirit guides. I don't know why I got the number 3, but for me and for you right now, it is 3. And I need you to really start communicating with them a little bit more stronger. Because they're ready to talk to you. I just need you to be ready to listen to them. You already
Okay.
know. Step
Yeah.
out. Step into that realm. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you with your tarot cards.
Thank
very,
you.
very, very proud. And I think you're going in a step in the right direction. You are.
Yep.
It's time. It is time for you.
Everything I was fearing, I'm like, you know what? everything that I'm fearing, I need to just get over it and do it, because that's where the success is.
Well, I'm very proud of you, and I'm very happy that you decided to call me today. I'm overjoyed. Thank you so
No problem.
much.
I'll still be listening.
Thanks, love. Thank you, baby.
Blessings.
Peace. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
You got it. And you know how Steppin' with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Let's kind of get a couple of more kind of common applications of the senses. I think we talked about the first one.
Claire.
Let's talk about the next one, how it's applied. The first one is basically if you have a premonition. I guess that's I don't know if that's the appropriate
I
word,
would like
but
to say like a movie screen or imagination, a very strong
feeling.
Not feeling, a very strong imagination.
Okay.
People think that imagination isn't real,
Okay.
but people, you better believe everything in your imagination, it is very real.
Okay. So if you have in your mind that something's going to happen, then it's very possible.
You can actually see it.
See it happen.
It's a vision.
Okay.
It's a visual thing with clairvoyance.
And common folk that may not have the gift of clairvoyance.
They call it in the church a prophetess.
Okay.
See?
A prophecy.
You see how that roll?
Okay. No, I could dig it. I could dig it. Now let's move to the next one, and how that one is commonly applied. The second one.
The second one was clairaudient.
Okay.
Okay, this is for people who are really vibrating really high. If your vibrations are really high or you're just really energetic, you're able to actually hear spirits from other dimensions and realms and stuff of that nature. Me personally, I've only heard them a few times. I'm really developing my clairaudient sense right now. I'm kind of afraid of it, honestly. It freaks me out.
Why? Tell me why. Why does it
That
freak you out?
really scared. I'll just put this out here. I had an ex-friend who passed away, I want to say a few months ago, and I went to sleep, and you're in the middle of that sleep up stage. I just heard his laugh come through, and I was like, whoa. Even being me, I get freaked out.
Well, I guess here's my question. First of all, before I ask the question, shout out to Michelle K. She's listening. She says, "Hey, fam," and she's hoping that everybody is well. Our sister Michelle K. Here's my question, Shayna. Tell me why that creates fear. Like, why are we fearful
Of things we do not know.
Well, yes and no. Like with me, I'm not afraid of spirits. I don't see them. I don't talk to them. I respect folks that do, but I'm not. I don't happen to be one of them. I'll finish this point on the other side. We're getting a caller. Caller, thank you for calling. You know how Steppin' with Marcus J. I got the crew here, and now you. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to get in on? Caller, you there? Caller, you live.
Hello?
Caller is gone. Anyway, I'm not one who sees them, but I don't fear them, if that makes sense. And so I'm always curious for those folks who do see them, who do fear them. Like, tell me about that. What does that feel
was
like?
me for a very long time. The fear is that you're seeing, like you say, for instance, that you're taught in a Christian church that those are demons and not good and this is not of God and all of those things create fear.
Right.
You fear that this is not right. This is and it just generational passed down.
Right. What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm actually one of those people. I have not really seen any physical spirits, but I've seen things go past me. And to me, I'm a little startled because, not knowing what it is, to me, it's like, whoa, what is that? So, for me, it's more so just a little scared because I don't understand what it is.
Right. No, I could dig it. Big sis, I just mentioned that I'm not someone that's afraid of spirits. I don't see them.
I do.
I don't see them. I don't profess to see them, but I'm pretty confident that if I did see them, that I wouldn't be fearful of them, and that's why I'm curious to know, as you know, as you guys, why you would be. So, just generally, what's your thoughts on the subject?
See, I'm somewhat relating, and I'll make it really, really fast. Maybe when my oldest daughter was about 8, my grandfather I would say it's my grandfather, it's all I could see is like a dark shadow.
Right.
Like the outline is all black.
He was a darker skinned man, right?
Uh-huh.
Kind of big, heavy, like.
Well, he was a little thick.
Stocky, not like fat, but like.
Yeah, he had meat on his bones.
Definitely.
And his shadow would be in my
Very
bedroom
strong
doorway.
presence.
Yes. If
He
I
was
get
there
up
to protect.
Oh,
He
I
was
wasn't
a very
afraid. Well, I
protective.
won't lie. Initially, I was afraid because I was like, what?
What is that? Like, it is so freaky, but it's okay.
But then somebody told me, you can tell a spirit where you are, and they will come to you.
All the time.
Okay?
Yeah.
So here's what the genius did, thinking it was a big fat joke. Somebody told me if you want them to stop following you, walk backwards out of your house. I'm just telling you what they said.
Lord
So
have
here's
mercy.
what happened. I did. I walked backwards, and I figured by this time that it was my grandfather. So I would say, okay, granddaddy, I'm leaving. This is kind of scary. And I would back out, and I closed the door from the place I left. When I got to my new place, I did say my address. I did, speak out loud to my grandfather.
Your words hold a
And
lot
guess
of
who
power.
came?
Your grandfather.
So I saw the same thing again.
He was just there for protection.
I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of him, and I was like the favorite kid.
He's very
So-
very strong. Like his presence was strong.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it. There was no way to miss this.
I believe
But I'm
it.
not, originally I was afraid of stuff like that. I'm not afraid as long as I know nobody's really going to hurt me.
Right.
One place I lived in really, really scared me. But I got sick one day. I went to the doctor. I came back home. I laid down on my sofa in the living room, and I felt this rubbing on my head like this. And I was falling. I felt myself falling off the chair because I was really, really sick. And I felt my head come back over, and she was rubbing my head, and she said, it's okay. A few weeks later, my mom came to my house, and my mom said, I'm not staying in your bedroom. There's somebody in your bedroom.
Your mother probably can sense them.
And my mother she did not. And okay, we have a caller. This is SY. You're on the air with A Legacy Internet Radio. And Ain't No Have Steppin with Marcus J. Tell me who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Leisha from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Leisha, how are you? I love you. This is Shayna. I love you so
thank
much,
you.
Leisha. Leisha, I want you to tell everybody who you are and where you're from. Go ahead.
Well, I'm from Atlanta. Well, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Been here about 9 or 10 years now. I'm a psychic medium. I do readings for a living. It's my heartfelt passion, my career. It's what I do. Pretty much I work 7 days a week doing it. I love it. I travel all over the United States doing it, and I have clients from all over the world.
Oh my God, Alicia.
Wow.
I always run across your page and I'm like, I love this woman. I'm going to be like her one day. I too am a psychic medium and I do work as one. Not to that big scale, but doors are now opening up for me. And, I just had to have you on the show. We are in the middle.
Thank you.
I just love everything that you do on your page, and I just had to reach out to you. And I always go thrive your page. I always comment. I'm always there looking because I just love your spirit.
Oh, you're
Like,
so sweet.
all
that's
honesty,
so
I just
kind.
really love you. She is an amazing psychic. Leisha, we're actually talking about the 5 clairsenses right now.
Mm-hmm.
Could you speak about any of them that you personally use in your life?
Sure.
Go right ahead.
Sure, yeah. I was born being able to feel, see, and hear spirit. I'm also have a claircognizant, which means that I just have clear knowing. I just know things.
Absolutely.
What I do in my readings is, like I said, I can feel spirit, so that's being clairsentient. I'm an empath. I'm clairaudient, which means I can hear spirit in my mind. And then clairvoyant is vision. My strongest gifts, although I have all of them, my strongest gifts are being able to feel spirit. I hear them very clearly, just like I hear you. I have those conversations with spirit. So it's just like talking to you or anybody else.
Absolutely.
They talk to me in my mind. So it's
Wow.
that's how the readings are so accurate, is because they can tell me exactly what to tell other people.
Absolutely.
So I use my
Leisha.
clairaudiency mainly in my readings, but I also have visions. I also know things, sense things, feel things. But primarily when I'm reading for a client, I just tell them exactly what spirit tells me to tell them, and I've never known spirit to be wrong.
Absolutely.
So that's how I do my readings. the clairaudiency.
Absolutely, Leisha. I am the same way. I'm more clairvoyant than clairaudient. Clairaudient, I'm still developing that one. It's a little scary to me right now, but I'm working through it. I'm more seeing than hearing.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just
we all work differently.
Oh,
You know, a good way
absolutely.
to open up the hearing is to do automatic writing.
Oh, Alicia, that's so crazy you said that. I got my book right in front of me. I always automatic write. Oh, I love
But
you.
you know, always work in the light and always pray for protection before you do any kind of spiritual work.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, before anything. I want you to let the listeners know where we can find you at and how we can contact you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. It's Leisha Olish, LeishaOlech/psychic medium. My website is Readings by Leisha, and again, that's Leisha. So readingsbyleisha.com. You can also call me at my office. It's 912-665-9636, and I'd be happy to read for anybody. I'm always honored to channel people's loved ones. My readings are a mixture of mediumship. Well, it's all mediumship because I'm talking to spirit, but it's what people think of as psychic predictions, as well as channeling your loved ones, your guides, your angels, pets, all that. I channel information from the Akashic Records also.
Oh, that is amazing, Alicia. Thank you so much for calling.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad
Yeah.
to have you on, and all of my listeners will probably hit you up in your inbox really soon.
Get ready.
Yes, you are amazing. You are
Anytime.
amazing. I'm just so grateful to even, I don't even know how I came across you on Facebook. I just came across, I said, psychic medium. Oh my God, let me look. And I go down, I'm like, oh, this woman is just awesome. I just love you. I do. And that's just, we all, I'm very passionate about this. I love spirit. I love what we do. I just want to
I
spread the
do
love to
too.
the world.
Leisha, thank you
Yeah,
so
it's all
much.
about helping people. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thanks again for having me on.
Keep
Thank
on
you.
listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.
You got
Bye-bye.
it. And you know how Steppin with Marcus J live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Real quick before we get out of the segment, Shayna, I want to wrap up what we were talking about, the common application of the last couple of clairvoyant senses before we move on to the next segment. In the next segment, we will be talking about Mercury retrograde, and as I mentioned earlier, first time I even heard the phrase was recently, and apparently it happens 3 times a year.
Yes.
And I just learned the phrase, let alone what it was about. And so our sister Bob, she's going to tell us about it in the next segment. But Shayna, real quick, give us some common application of. I think we stopped on we didn't do the empath. So pick up an empath, and then do the last 2. How folks can just commonly feel themselves using those senses before we jump out of the segment.
Okay, well, clairsentient is the one that mostly everybody can relate to. That's feeling one's emotion, feeling people emotions. We could all use this as an example. Okay, we go to work. We're in a great mood before we get to work, and when we get there, all of our coworkers are in the rut. So then that's going to immediately come into your aura space, and then you're going to immediately be in a rut also.
That is right.
That's what I call Marcus J. You're definitely clairsentient. That is, you're very empathic, which is the same thing. You take on people's energies. You already know how people feel. That's why you're so good at responding to them before anything, because you already know where they're going with this.
Well, I'm glad you know, because clearly I don't. Especially, I think Mercury retrograde is affecting me right now because I'm in probably the
It's
worst
okay.
mood that
Me
I've
too.
been in. And,
Yeah.
you know, the mood that I've been in the last, I would say probably since the last week of December. I haven't been probably this grumpy and shitty in a long time. But
You're not grumpy.
But yeah, I am. But
so
that's fine. What's the? Give me the last.
So the next one is clairvoyant,
Yeah.
which means clear smelling. Some people who are vibrate really high are able to smell things from spirits that reminds them of people. Say, for instance, I'm reading you, and your grandmother just loved lilies, and I would. What are those lilies I'm smelling?
I've actually
You
had
know?
that happen to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a real.
I've had it happen.
That's a real.
So does that mean, like, I'm just sitting in my room and I smell cologne,
And then you think about your dad.
and you
then
know
that's
who wore that
immediately
cologne?
who it is.
That is so wicked.
It is so true. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
such.
God. You're gonna send
People
me home
don't-
with mind.
People don't think about these spiritual senses that we all have. Yes, we are all physical bodies, but yes, we are all spirits too.
So it's been a minute since we've had our brother jump in, and he's been waving his hand. He wants to get in. Mr. 3375, jump in.
I thought you was in class.
I want to jump in, but first I want to give a shout out to some people that just checked in. Shout out to Nikki, Rosa, Jasmine, and Jennifer.
Rosa.
They all just checked in
Awesome.
through my text messages. Rosa said it's all the we all spiritual beings, just on different levels.
Absolutely, Rosa.
And Nikki got a couple of questions for y'all. She said, what is a dreamer considered to be?
A dreamer.
Yeah.
I know some people who read dreams. There is no correct word that I personally know of right now. Is this Nikki?
Yes.
Nikki, but I will get back to you really soon once I talk to some of my peers. Me personally, I don't deal with dreams. I know dreams are shapes of reality. Bass, do you have anything to say about dreams?
Well, my idea of dreams is that, just like Shanna said, you know, it can be real. You know, it can be also metaphorical. You know, there are different websites you can go on to you know, try to figure out what, you know, seeing flying balloons in your dream would represent, and then you may want to go to someone who knows a lot more about it, like Shanna said. You know, but they do have deeper meanings, and you can break those. You can tap into it and see what it actually means.
There are people out here who read dreams, who
Yeah.
just
Okay.
read dream tarot cards, and they interpret dreams. I guess we will call that a dream interpreter at this
Okay.
point.
Okay. And she has two more questions. She said, who do y'all believe in? And I'm assuming she want to know, do y'all believe
God.
in God?
I definitely
Yeah.
believe in God. I'm a spiritualist, so I believe that all religions are connected in some sort of way that we have no real knowledge of why, but I believe God is the ruler of all of them. And maybe depending on where we were born or what origin where we come from, we all submit to a higher power.
Okay.
Whether it be whatever you call it, him, her, whatever. I don't believe that God has a gender or a real name. I just think that man created that, but I think we all recognize a higher power.
Okay. How about you?
I don't believe in religion, but
Okay.
I do know that nature is real, and I do know that if I can touch something and something can touch me, then that's tangible, that is real. So I would say, you know, that I worship nature. Whatever nature represents, that's what I represent, and that's what I go after too.
Okay. Okay. And for the question, am I afraid of spirits? I don't think I'm afraid of anything I can't see. You know, I believe if I see a ghost, I'll probably be the first one out the door. You know what I'm saying? So, in that aspect, so right now I can say no, but I'm pretty sure if I actually feel one touch me on the shoulder, or I see
Yeah.
somebody that I know that is dead, and I see them. We can't have no conversation right now.
You be like the little cartoons that have the
Yeah.
outline in the wall.
And it's crazy because I watch Supernatural, like, and that's what they do. Like, they fight demons and all of that.
See, you
stuff.
helping to spook
You know
yourself.
what I'm saying? Yeah. But for me, nah. If I actually just see one, I'll probably be out.
Well, now we're about to go to break, and we will be back.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. We got some more. When we come back, we're gonna talk about that Mercury retrograde. Stay with us.
Holistic care for the mind, body, and spirit. Free Spirit Enterprises, LLC, is a parent company for Organic Creations, Jewelry by Design, Miller Publishing,